Welcome everybody to Tidypay's software seminar in December, approaching Christmas. We're going to go through our mobile payment solution, Softpos, Tidypay GO, as we call it, with the bold statement of the future of payments. We'll go a bit through that as we go. Ask questions in the end. I think it'll be a lot of information, and we'll be happy to answer. So to start off with Tidypay in general, we are an enterprise-level payment solution company that aims to deliver all kinds of payments to all different kinds of platforms. So today we deliver e-commerce payments, we have retail solutions, and we have a powerful and flexible token system for recurring payments and registering payment tokens to customers. We have plans in the future for all kinds of possible integrations, like maybe some crypto, maybe some direct payments, direct banking. So we're really pushing the limit, always try to catch up to technologies, really be on the front of all the new possibilities that's coming up. We are certified through our acquiring bank, L11. We're certified in 32 countries across Europe, most of which we have a presence in today. We have a wide array of customers and users, several thousands terminals now active. And a really flexible and thorough solutions. We have our Tidypay's main goal, our philosophy, our vision is in general to make payments and payment solutions more easy. So that it goes for customer itself, the more ease of payment, make it quicker, make it more accessible, more understandable. It goes for the integration process itself, to make it go quicker, to be easier to understand. We pride ourselves at being really present and accessible to our partners. So you can call us, contact us, email. We are there, we can explain things, we can help with your solutions, we can provide some custom setups if that's what you need for your market. And we also want to make it easy to onboard and to sort of get new customers in the loop, and of which, of course, the Softpos solution is going to be the easiest of them all. So the main thing about Softpos, as I think most of you know, Tidypay GO, is to turn any Android phone into a payment terminal. The only requirements is that it has Android 10, the newest Android, of which you can get on most fairly new Android devices. Even some that were launched 4 or 5 years ago can get Android 10. So that's pretty recent. It needs to be Google certified, proper Google certification. Of course, any major Android phone you will get today in the market will have that met. An exception is, for example, is Huawei, which are not Google certified at the moment. But you get all sorts of phones, tabs, and custom retail devices that are Google certified. And it also needs to have internal NFC. So you can't have an external NFC antenna and then connect that with a wire. That will not work. But all those three requirements, most phones will meet that. Almost any Android phone you will meet in the hands of a European citizen today will meet those requirements. At least any Samsung phone the last few years. So it really is a possibility to turn thousands of different devices into payment terminals. The solution itself is completely cloud-based, so all you need to do is download an app, and then you can utilize NFC to take payments. And that, of course, reduces or replaces the need for additional hardware in some cases. And this is, of course, integrated all to the general Tidypay payment solution options. So you have, from before, we had e-commerce, you have the token solutions, you have the retail devices. All these can be mixed together. You can have a retail device on the counter in the bar, and you can have a waiters with the Tidypay GO on their phones, and then you can have a web shop with e-commerce payment, and you can have a subscription model for your membership. So all things in the one gateway, one platform, same account, same batch, same payout, same report, same everything. Yes, and for Tidypay GO itself, one of the main values here, of course, is the flexibility. You can turn any device into a payment terminal. And that, of course, has a big point for sustainability. You might not need a new device. You can use one you already have, or reuse an existing device, maybe buy a used device. It really opens up a lot more for different kinds of terminal, which is a great environmental benefit. The security is top-notch. In some ways, it's actually more secure than a traditional retail device. Traditional devices will be certified at launch, PCI will go through them and make sure that this is the device that we can support. But for SoftPOS, of course, for a mobile phone, that is a much more flexible device. Some people will enable developer mode on their phone. They will download some malware by accident. They will turn on the jailbreak the phone. Maybe it's smashed or something. But so for SoftPOS, it will actually verify each transaction. So each time you try to take payment, it will go through the whole quick certification just to check that everything is okay before it sends through the transaction. So each transaction is verified. So it's a very secure system. And of course, compliance with PCI and Visa's tap to phone. And again, everything is completely cloud-based, so it's a really light solution. It's a quick solution. App doesn't use much data. App doesn't take much space. So it's really easy to integrate, easy to use solution. I have a quick example here of how it might look in what we call solo mode. So our app, the Tidypay payment application, has 3 modes, of which in the retail mode, it has 3 modes. For the Tidypay GO here, you'll see 2 different modes. You have the solo mode and you have app mode. For most cases, we have our partners will have their own POS solution, and they will switch to our app for payment and switch back, so they can have all their wares, they can have all their receipts, they can control all the reports, everything, how things look. Then in that case, it's the only 3 screens you would see is screen 3, 4, and 5 here. Is what you would see. The POS would handle everything else. In this example, our solo mode, then you can click on sale, you can enter an amount, take payment, processed, paid, would you like a receipt? Really easy. So that's our bare bones minimalistic POS solution just in the payment app itself. But for most of our partners, the normal solution is for an external POS to handle all the things. But here you can see how it looks and feels. Yeah, and of course, a big pride for us in all of this is that this is in addition to all our existing services. As mentioned, we support traditional retail devices today, of which we have 4 now, 5. But this now opens up for thousands of devices. And that's not only phones itself, tablets, of course, you can pay on a tablet, but it also a lot of traditional or more retail-focused devices that before didn't work in Europe or didn't work in certain environments now work. So SUNMI has some devices that are Google certified that will work for this. You can get custom big screens, like you see traditional and more like self-service kiosks that could have built-in NFC or such. So a lot of different devices now that not traditional PCI devices now can run contactless payments through our SoftPOS solution. Of course, combined with e-commerce and the traditional retail models. And the integration is the same for both retail models in general and our SoftPOS solution, which is really great. Meaning that any partner that does a SoftPOS integration also automatically has done a retail integration. So for those of you that may be interested in just doing SoftPOS, you see a huge market for just using your phone. Now that you have done that integration, you can consider that maybe, you get a customer that retail devices will be better, and you wouldn't have to need to do any more work. You will just work the same, because the concept is the same. It's just the app switch that will work on all the Android devices. And of course, that opens up a lot of different devices, some of which can be simpler or cheaper than traditional retail devices, which is also a great option. Yeah, and it's really the latest in this technology. Not many other have SoftPOS solutions. No one else has it like we do with a complete solution package. So it's really like the top of the line, freshest and newest within payments. And yeah, that's probably the big exciting thing, being sort of atop of the wave, ahead of the wave. And of course, this fits for many different kind of industries. You might see the biggest benefit in those environments where mobility is important, to be on the move. You see this in taxis and buses and such, where you're moving about to the terminal, or in cases where you might move your sales point from day to day, like in stands, food stands and such. Hospitality, maybe you want a waiter to go about and take payments. In general, where the merchant will come to the customer. So, and it also opens up a lot of new possibilities. Maybe in traditional environments where normally you would have a clerk or a cashier that sits behind the counter. Now you have the option to have a mobile solution where maybe they go around in the store and take payments instead of they have a counter. So it's a new flexible solution that might spark some creativity on how it can be used in addition to the more direct industries. Yeah. Of course, the big benefit here is since you can use any device, this also opens up for those that wouldn't traditionally think they need a payment device. In many situations, you have a merchant that are happy just accepting cash, or maybe they have some sort of mobile solution and just like to use that. Suddenly now they can get card payment without having to invest in the terminal. They can just take the phone that they already have, turn it into payment terminal. So that opens up for a lot of corner store or smaller merchants. Maybe suddenly now they would like to have a card payment device because it's so easy. Integration itself is very easy for all our partners out there. We have had partners do a total working integration in a few days. So we have a really simple and flexible and powerful API, and the app switch itself is really easy. So the integration takes no time. You can get running pretty quickly with all this. And of course, having more terminals and more options as a backup or as a larger spread, of course, cuts down on error, cuts down on queues, and then in the end helps guarantee the sale more because you have more options, you have more power. Perfect. So that is all of Sophos.